Today we're going to take a little trip down to Sugar Creek, Ohio. All the fall colors along here. Pretty nice. We're down a little further south. We're in Navarre, Ohio. And the sun's coming up a little bit more, so should be able to see some of the fall foliage here. Good afternoon, Glenn Old Man with the cam, and today I've got a surprise for you. We're down in southern Ohio, Sugar Creek, Ohio, and we're at Age of Steam Museum. We're going to take a tour inside the Roundhouse and see the many steam locomotives that are in there. So, as soon as we get ready, we're going to head in for the tour. We'll see you in there. Try and show you some of these magnificent steam locomotives. The entry point for the tour is the depot building. As you enter, you notice it's a combination gift shop, ticket window, waiting room, and museum. Knickknacks. Then they have a library of books. All on railroad, even for kids. Ornaments that you can buy. Very nice. Cabooses, t-shirts. So we're all waiting here. We're going to view a safety film. Let's look at this. That would be the ticket window. The old phones. Several of them. Lanterns. All the paraphernalia that they would have used in their railroad. That looks like the light that was on 765. All the badges that were on the sides of trains to denote their model and their manufacturer. Excellent. Okay, we're going to just wait for the tour here. Get going in a little bit. When we first get inside, I'm going to let Frank, who conducted an excellent tour through the facility, give you the intro and an overview of the entire building.
Come on in, folks. Come on in.
Beautiful.
Well, I heard it whispered.
Frank's our tour guide.
I hear it whispered every time I bring people in here, that one little magic word. Wow. So let's get it out of your system. Now, the 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Yes. Wow. Welcome to the Age of Steam Roundhouse, the dream of Mr. Jerry Jacobson, the founder and owner of the Ohio Central Railroad. Mr. Jacobson was a collector of steam locomotives. And when he sold the Ohio Central, he needed a roundhouse to store his historic collection. And what you are going to see today is that historic collection of some 22 locomotives. Now, we're going to talk about the roundhouse a little bit first, because it's very interesting. And if you look at the top, you'll see the big wood girders. The big wood girders up there are oak, and it came from the woods of West Virginia, because there's no woodlots here in Ohio large enough to supply that kind of timber for this type of structure. In back of you and around you, you see brick. That brick is from Belden Brick, right up the road here at Sugar Creek. Belden Brick, if you didn't know, is a rural famous brick maker, and they supply over 330,000 bricks for this structure. Now, of course, my favorite part of this big roundhouse is the floor. Isn't it a beautiful floor? Really architecturally significant. Well, maybe, when I tell you the rest of the story. Inside that concrete are tubes that we use to keep the roundhouse warm in the winter, thus preserving the locomotives. So it's a special floor. In the ceiling, there's one right behind me, there's a big funnel looking apparatus. And that funnel is used as a smoke jack to take the smoke from a steam locomotive out of the roundhouse. Can you imagine being in here with just smoke and steam pouring out into the food, and you're trying to see, it would get really foggy. The steam dome, okay? But there's another dome up there. Carmen knows what that is. What is it? You have it on your easel. That's the sand dome. We're going to put sand in there, and it's coming down these two pipes to give traction to the wheels when it's slippery, wet, leaves on there, squish bugs, whatever. Let's go forward here a little farther. And we have well, here's where let me finish. If you're going to buy a locomotive, you're going to ask for a tractive effort and
Someone brought in the original light that was on 401. That was something that was put up there just for show. But someone just brought that in. So the next time we come down here, that light will be on there. And while we're here, this is one of the work areas where they work on the engines. It is a working roundhouse. Our tour guide Frank gave an excellent tour. Unfortunately, the tour itself is about 2.5 hours long, which is much too long for any one video. Instead, what I'm going to do is give you a quick view of some of the components of the facility. I invite you to come down and experience the Age of Steam Roundhouse yourself down in Sugar Creek, Ohio. I don't think you'll regret it. As I walked on in the roundhouse, there it was, the Berkshire class locomotive I've been looking for, NKP 763, the sister to NKP 765. It excited me to see a sibling of this mighty class of locomotive that was also spared from the scrapyard. This next stately locomotive, number 6325, was used to pull President Truman's re-election campaign, subsequently leading to its preservation. One final note before we go. Our tour guide Frank did happen to mention that if you imagine this tank train painted blue. Thanks for watching. This is Glenn, old man with a cam. I think that's going to do it for today. From Sugar Creek and this magnificent Age of Steam Museum. I want to thank you for joining me. Glad to have you along. You have a great day. Be sure to check out one of my other fine videos.